thinks that soccer fans are the most dedicated fans out of all of the sports. I'm talking American soccer, European football, if you will, already at the bar at 8 a.m. on a Sunday to watch soccer. That's pretty cool.
How can I help you?
So this is now the third diet that we have tried that incorporates green smoothies. Okay, so they called this I Dream of Greenie. You know, I think it's safe to say if the color of your smoothie is green, it's just not gonna taste that great. But according to Chris Hemsworth's trainer, he starts every day with a green smoothie and he's pretty jacked, so he's doing something right. We're gonna give it a try today and we are going to try his entire diet for this video. And this is something that you guys are not going to like that much because in the Joe Rogan video, I asked you for suggestions and this name kept popping up and I was like, who is this dude? And I was just assuming that it was a character or a player or whatever you call them off of Game of Thrones. So clearly I have not seen any Avengers movies, any Marvel movies ever, or Game of Thrones, which is probably gonna trigger some of you guys out there. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's a great movie and I'm sure Game of Thrones is the best show ever invented, but guys, I just don't have time. I'm always grinding.
You know what I keep in a lining.
Let's just forget about the little fact that I watched every Friends episode in about 3 weeks. So this probably isn't the best time to ask you guys to like the video, is it? So apparently after his green smoothie, he goes for a breakfast burrito, which I am absolutely game for. I'm so down for that. But in another report, I did see where sometimes he eats oatmeal and eggs, but the breakfast burrito sounds a little bit better. And actually, we're gonna get breakfast tacos. I'm just gonna get 2 of them to make up for 1 burrito, right? Because if you don't know, breakfast tacos are really like look at these beautiful breakfast tacos. Typically, I'm not too impressed with Velvet Taco, which is where I'm at. Definitely prefer Torchy's, but this was convenient, so let's dig in. You know, this really is more like a burrito. This is a very, very large taco. I actually went out and bought all of the ingredients I needed to make breakfast burritos. I bought a healthy gluten-free wrap. I mean, I was ready to go, but I was already out and about, and as you can see, I desperately need a haircut and my appointment is right there in about 10 minutes. So I figured for efficiency purposes, hey, how are ya? Most important of this entire diet plan is eating very frequently, 6 meals a day, every 2 to 3 hours, which I think is a royal pain, but we're gonna play by the rules for this video. So next meal is interesting. There's a lot of dairy going on here. So we're gonna start with a yogurt. This is my favorite, the Light and Fit Vanilla. Mixed nuts, which these are mixed, I guess. That's all I had. But the reason that they're in this baggie is because I pre-portion them every time I buy a bag. And then a turkey roll-up. I didn't know what that was, so I rolled up some turkey. And here's the one thing that I'm a little bit scared about. Cottage cheese. There's just something about this food that makes me a little bit uneasy. I think it's mostly those curds, like just the word curd just sounds like something you shouldn't be eating, but here's the thing, if you close your eyes and don't think about it and don't pay any attention to the texture, you could be like, it's all right, but when you look at it and you just think about what it is, I couldn't eat this on a day-to-day basis. Another food that I don't like at all is Greek yogurt, but for some reason, this one is actually very, very good. And I see so many people actually put nuts in their Greek yogurt, which I don't understand. I mean, I'm a person that likes to have all their foods separated, but for the people out there that are into this type of thing, let me try this out. I don't know, I mean, I guess I get it. They're sweet and salty, it gives you some crunch, but if it was me, I'd prefer to just eat this, then move on to this, and then go on with my day. Honestly, this is my first time ever seeing a preview or seeing anything to do with the Avengers. It looks pretty awesome. I still don't understand the hammer. I just know Thor has some kind of hammer. It sounds like Captain America took said hammer or something. I truthfully don't know. Would I understand any of this if I just watch Endgame? Please let me know. Or do I need to go all the way back to the beginning? That's my problem with Game of Thrones. It just seems like a whole lot. I'm sure I love it, but we'll see. You guys can tell me in the comments down below.
Yes, please.
Nice. Anyone for green?
I'm so excited right now, guys. First caffeine of the day, believe it or not. It's almost noon. I've got a cold brew, and I'm gonna mix in my P Science Select Cafe, 20 grams of protein, 100 milligrams of caffeine, and it tastes delicious, so you never need sugar, cream, anything ever again. You just pour it in there, you stir it up, and it will be a life-changing event for you. And you can save 15% using Travis at bescience.com. The only downside when something tastes so good is you don't even enjoy it really, because you drink it in like 3 seconds, you know, but then you get that caffeine rush to your head. It just feels incredible, especially as you're getting ready to go to the gym, which is where I am headed. I'm not gonna try one of his workouts in its entirety because I still have to stick to my programming. I have separate goals. But it looks like he does a little bit of everything. He does some strength building things that he was doing to get ready for the Thor role, but he also does some circuit training. At least he did at some point. So maybe I will throw some of that in at the end. All right, guys, we got the whole crew in here today. We got Mikkel behind me deadlifting. We got Rocky over there hitting some arms, looking jacked as usual. I'm hitting up some bench press today. I have a direct quote here that states, Thor's upper body gets much more attention from the camera than his legs, so his trainer, Zoki, I believe is how you pronounce it, and Hemsworth primarily targeted the shoulders and arms. Man, that is one hell of a split. This is my kind of workout. We don't even have to do legs.
I think he likes being skinny. He only got big for the movies, but he loses the weight really quick. He does very hippie workouts.
I want you to take some tips from me, a fitness professional here, all right? So the number one piece of advice I have for you is never, ever, ever train your calves, okay? You just waste your time and you actually start to lose size in your biceps if you decide to make that mistake. Okay, so apparently this dude is a big fan of bodyweight circuit training, which you guys know I do not do much of at all. Cardio is not really part of my vocabulary, but for you guys, I'm going to try it out. And keep in mind, I am at the end of my workout, so I'm already making excuses for myself, and it might be a little bit clunky with the filming here because I'm doing everything myself and I gotta be here, then there, and then it doesn't matter.
Trick, quick talking, quick walk if you down with the set. Take a bullet with some grip and take the smoke on this jet. Out of town, put it down for the father of rap. And if you happen to get cracked, trick, shut your trap. Come back, get back, that's the part of success. If you believe in the S, you be relieving your stress. It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
And then I guess you just keep repeating that cycle time and time again, 50 times, 60 times, or just until you get tired, unless you're Kevin Gates and you don't get tired. But I personally, I am finished. Is it appropriate to eat your post-workout meal before you shower? Sometimes I just get so hungry that I don't even want to take the time, but it's kind of disgusting because I was just sweating. But I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments down below. I did my best to make this as aesthetic as possible, but I'm not working with a whole lot here. So he has, for lunch, 3 chicken breasts, which I've cut up into strips, topped with some hot mustard there so it's not plain and dry. I tried my best to make quinoa. Quinoa is so hard to cook. We'll see how I did. And then we have a cup of beans as well as a cup of broccoli. Okay, so here is what we have left. Quinoa is just impossible to cook, I'm convinced. It's not even good enough to be bad because it literally tastes like absolutely nothing. It just tastes like air. I don't know. I mean, I could probably get through it. The beans, not a big fan of kidney beans, but what's good about his diet is he's really just sticking to the basics. So he's sticking to foods that are gonna keep him full, fill his body up with good nutrients. You have good protein, you have good carbs and fat sources in there. So overall, I would say if you're looking for a diet to follow, this is probably gonna be the better ones that I've seen. But even with that said, you would never wanna take someone's diet and copy it exactly expecting the same results that they've received, because everybody is different. There's a lot of different variables, especially when it comes to the quantity of food that someone eats. Now, you might wanna choose some of the same food sources but definitely a different macro split depending on your body type, your experience, your genetics. Apparently this dude's brother is pretty jacked as well, at least that's what Rocky was telling me, and I guess he's married or dating Miley Cyrus. That's quite the life accomplishment. But either way, I do get some more food in about 2 hours. Hear. I've always wanted to say that. I have no idea what that actually means, and like I said, I still don't understand the hammer thing. But next meal that we have here, this is dinner number 1. So I've got an entire bag of asparagus. I'm kind of cheating here. I included this as 3 pieces of salmon because they didn't specify the size. And if you guys don't know, salmon is pretty expensive, and that guy's got a pretty big budget, I would imagine. Although I was reading, it said he only got paid $200,000 for his role in the movie, which just seems low. I mean, there's Instagram thoughts making that, on a quarterly basis. So I don't know. They also said he's getting paid a percentage of the profits, which I'm sure are very, very large. I've got some more quinoa instead of brown rice because I didn't have any. Got another Greek yogurt and a glass of milk, which that's interesting. So overall, you can tell that this diet is very well thought out and aimed at building muscle. There's a good amount of protein, a lot of calories, so making sure that you're recovering from these workouts that you're going through. And overall, the food choices are just high quality so that you feel good. All of this is aimed at performance, and I've been enjoying it a lot. I'm full, I'm content. But that being said, he is very big on eating every few hours, which I would prefer to just eat bigger meals, maybe 2 or 3 bigger meals during the day, but that is what his protocol is. So we're just gonna move into my favorite meal of the day, dinner number 2. So for dinner number 2, Chris Hemsworth has 2 pieces of bread. I actually topped these with apple butter because I've been on a huge apple butter kick and it makes everything taste so much better. 2 hard-boiled eggs, and I was very lazy getting these. Honestly, they smell a little bit funky, so I don't know how I feel about that, but it's better than making them myself. I might have to dip them in some fresh salsa, another one of my addictions. And this is the bread that I've been using, Dave's Killer Bread. It's awesome. I've only seen it in Austin, though, so I don't know if it's all around or not. And then my favorite food group in the entire world, a protein shake. You guys know I have no problems drinking that. And I really haven't read too much into this, but I do see a bunch of controversy on the internet about quote unquote fat Thor. I don't know, that sounds like something I could get into.
Sick of waiting up for you.
I was just looking for an excuse to eat some unhealthy food. You all know I have a tradition every Sunday night. I have a fat and weird cookie, and they actually moved their launch time to Sundays, 8 o'clock Central Time. You can use Travis to save 10%. The good thing is, I make no money from it, so you guys don't have to feel bad, or I don't know why some people get mad when I do. But anyway, look at this. This is the Big Sexy. If I had to choose this cookie or my special hammer here. So obviously, just having a little fun here at the end. You're not gonna get fat off one meal, just like you're not gonna get skinny off of eating one of the earlier meals that you saw just because it's clean, Have a little bit of fun with your diet, but for the most part, I would say stick to the foods that old Chris has incorporated into his diet. I really enjoyed today's video. If this video gets 2,000 likes, then I will do another Avengers, and I will watch the movie, or I will do subscriber's choice. There is another one that I already have planned that I'm going to be doing, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could have been doing anything in the entire world, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That is pretty awesome. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I look forward to talking to you guys next time.